Hey gardening friends, happy spring. I'm in the garden. It's first day of spring. I thought I'd do a little tour of some of my early spring bulbs. And this is winter aconite. It's one of the earliest bulbs, and I was just enjoying some of the honeybees are at it. There's one over here. So right now, the bulbs that are all blooming, the earliest bulbs, pretty much come from Europe, even Turkey, Balkans. But, you know, honeybees are also European, so they actually will come to things like snowdrops and winter aconite and my spring crocus. Oh, this is one of the doubles. Isn't that a beautiful snowdrop? You can actually pick snowdrops for a little bouquet and they'll last fairly long in a vase. So we've got some winter aconite over here. I see the bees in it. I've also got hellebores in here. They're starting to bud up. There's a few in here. That seems to be the healthiest of the bunch. Winter aconite, you can buy it, but if you can find somebody who has a patch of it, the bulbs actually do better if you share it with someone. They're one of those bulbs that doesn't store well, so if you do buy them, they may not do that well. At least that's what I found. I had bought some one year and they never really did much. And then I had a friend give me some from her garden, and all of these over here are from her. At least the original patch. If I find them, I move them around. I think the ants move the seeds. And then you've got more winter aconite. And snowdrops, they're great because you can move them around whenever I find them. Oh, some more doubles. Another little thing of doubles. And some more winter aconite. Oh, some more hellebore. So hellebore is one of the earliest of our perennials to bloom. Now is actually a good time to cut these old leaves off. They stay evergreen through the winter, but then they look pretty ratty about now. Here's some more, the new foliage coming up. And I haven't really done anything out in the garden. And honestly, this bed's been a little neglected the last couple of years. Got the sedges. I do like the sedges. They're more evergreen. Oh, let me get back out through here. That bed's got some work to do. This is my big root geranium. I like this. It does stay like this. But you can see it had some probably voles in here over the winter. This is an allium coming up. Not one I'm particularly fond of because it's rather invasive. One of the early snow crocus. This is also called the woodland crocus. It's a species crocus. Tommasinianus, I think. Sometimes people just call them Tommies. But they're supposedly less likely to be eaten by or moved by your chipmunks and squirrels. And I do love that pale purple color. And I find them wandering around. Here they're out in the lawn. Here's some more out in the lawn. The snowdrops will do the same thing. I don't know if somebody thought they were a good dinner and moved them. Here's a patch of snowdrops in my phlox bed. Snowdrops are in the amaryllis family, so they're poisonous. Nobody eats them. Actually, I've got quite a few. And there's a couple different species of snowdrops. Nivalis is the most common one. There's another one that has bigger leaves and actually blooms a bit earlier. And I can't remember the name of the species. And these are all, you know, the spring bulbs you plant in the fall. Another hellebore. So the cages are around my sedges that the rabbits were eating. And if you plant bulbs in different parts of your garden, like the part we just left was the north side, that usually opens up later than this, which gets a lot more sun right now. And here, look at, we've got hellebores open. Let me see, I hope that's good view. That's a pretty one. I think I put that one in. This was a new little planting, I think last year or the year before. And I've got the sun on me, so the wrong angle. Yeah, this is looking a little barren back in here. Got some more snow crocus over here. Now I tend not to cut things down too early. I'm trying to encourage our native bees. Oh, this is a pretty one. Oh, see? Yep. And there's a honeybee in that one. It's pretty blue with white. It's another snow crocus. You can buy them. There are some name varieties. You can buy mixes of them. Oh, this is my variegated comfrey. Looks like it had a little winter kill, but pretty good. And then, oh, that's an early spring bloomer. You know, I can't come up with the name of it right now. Oh, I was trying to keep the deer out of my oak leaf hydrangea, and it doesn't look like I was successful because I think they ate all the buds. Well, next year it'll have to be a bigger fence. And that looks like the deer footprint. That's one of my ground cover pinks. Oh, these are the early giant snowdrops I have. They're slow to spread. These have been, I don't know, I've had these for probably 15, 20 years in here. But you can dig them up. I like to move them, what they call in the green. They're, after they're done flowering and as the bulbs as the leaves start to yellow, that's a good time to move them, because then you can find the clumps, you know where they are, and then you can move them to where you want new snowdrops. So if I dug up this whole clump, I'd probably have close to, I don't know, 50 or so bulbs. There's quite a few in there. Our ice dance sedge, magnolia with its fuzzy little buds. Now this is a special snowdrop down here that a friend gave me. Let's see if I can get in here without ruining the magnolia buds. This is blueberry tart. So if you're a snowdrop lover, there are actually different varieties, name varieties, and they're usually rather expensive. But if you have a friend that's willing to share, consider yourself lucky and come up with something to share with them. Another hellebore. More doubles. Oh, and there's a couple more I want to show you up here. Oh, well, this was interesting. The boxwood I came out a week or so ago, and this corner, somebody had chewed off the boxwood. Here's some of it. I made a nest up against it. I think it was a vole or a mouse. They weren't in it when I got rid of it. So these are awesome. These are a spring cyclamen, Cyclamen coum, C-O-U-M. And I have never had good luck with the fall. I seem to have found a spot they like in here because they have actually sent some babies out for me. So this was an original grouping. And then back, well, you can't really see them and I don't want to step in here. There's at least 3 new spots where they're blooming now. So, I guess they seeded, but you can see a spot, back in there. And then there's some over in there. So that's cool. And this is one of the tricolor crocus. I like it with the Angelina sedum. This will get gold again, but in the winter it kind of gets this burnt orangey color. And then, and I forget the name of this one, but it's not in. Okay, this is another early perennial, which I really need to. I kind of healed it in here in this pot because I wasn't sure how it would do. And a few more crocus. And then you can see we had the voles in here, some vole damage. And then this is actually spring snowflake. It's in the Leucojum genus. You might remember the summer snowflake that gets quite tall. It looks similar to a snowdrop and it blooms a little bit later than the snowdrops. My snowdrops have actually been blooming since the snow melted. They were under the snow. The spring snowflake, again, I got it from a friend. I have never found it in a catalog. And then my sparkly bottles. So that's just a quick tour of some of the early spring bulbs. And sorry the garden's a mess, but didn't really get into fall cleanup and trying to save some stocks for bees. So maybe next weekend the cleanup can begin. And as I do clean stuff up, I'm gonna keep stocks higher, and then things that I do cut back, I'm gonna take to the back of the yard and actually leave the stalks kind of in an upright position. So if there was anybody nesting in them from last year, they can hatch out. And that's, we'll end with another variety of the snow crocus. All right, well, happy spring, everybody.